Okay, so the next topic which we have is with regard to exchange. So Transfer of Property Act, if we look at the BEREC, the legislation, then it is given under Chapter 6 of the legislation. So Chapter 6 of the Transfer of Property Act, sections 118 to 121, it talks about exchange. So there are just a few sections, like 4 sections we have with regard to exchange. So what is exchange? As per the definition given under section 118, when two persons mutually transfer ownership, that means one person will transfer ownership, in return of that he would get transfer of ownership of certain other thing, right? So when two persons mutually transfer ownership of one thing for the ownership of another, that means you give me ownership of a certain thing and in return I will give you ownership of another thing, right? So that mutual exchange of ownership is nothing but exchange. Neither thing or both the things being money only, the transaction is called exchange. So in such a case, it will be considered as exchange when ownership of a certain property is being transferred to another person in exchange of ownership of some other thing. So from this definition that is given under section 118, we understand that being an exchange, there must be two persons transferring ownership of one thing for the ownership of another, because it is like a mutual thing, right? There is one person who is transferring ownership. In return, someone else has to transfer ownership of some other thing. So first essential that we have is that there must be two persons who are transferring ownership of one thing for ownership of another. Neither thing or both the things being money only. Money also might be involved in exchange. How? We have one example there. We will see how money can also be involved therein. We are aware that transfer of property against consideration is called sale. We have discussed what is sale under Transfer of Property Act. What is it? There also transfer of ownership is there, but there is some consideration involved, right? And that consideration is money, right? So when you are exchanging transfer of property, like not exchanging, when you are basically giving ownership to another person in return of money, that is called as sale. When transfer is without any sort of consideration, it is called as gift. But when property has been exchanged with another property, it will be called as exchange. So what is consideration here? Both the persons are changing ownership of property, right? So here, ownership of another property is consideration. That is nothing but exchange. There may be both movable or immovable property, right? So we are not restricted to immovable property only or stuff like that. It may be movable, it may be immovable. You may exchange two immovable properties also. You may exchange two movable properties also, right? Like we may exchange our two-wheeler vehicles. Okay, so that also would apply. There may be both immovable or movable property which can be transferred through exchange. So we are not restricting with regard to the type of property involved. Either one is fine. In some cases where transfer of ownership of a property along with some money against some ownership of another property happen, it also comes under the definition of exchange. That means, take for example, I have a property which is worth 10 lakh rupees and you have another property which is worth might be 9 lakh rupees, right? So we want to exchange the property, right? We want to mutually exchange ownership of those two properties. But because the value of my property is more as compared to yours, what we may agree is, apart from transferring ownership, you will also have to give me some amount of money, right? I will give you only ownership of my property, What you will give? You will give me ownership of your property plus some amount of money, right? Both the two things are involved here, but that also would come under exchange only. All right. So that is section 118, which provides for definition of the term. Then we have section 119. Right of party deprived of thing received in exchange. That means what rights each of the parties will be having, right? Who is getting something in exchange. So with regard to other types of transfer like sale, gift, mortgage, lease, we have rights and liabilities mentioned clearly, right? There are so many different rights and liabilities of the parties involved in the transaction, right? But with regard to exchange, what is mentioned here under section 119, if any party to an exchange or any person claiming through or under such property is, by reason of any defect in the title of the other party, deprived of the thing or any part of the thing received by him in exchange, then unless a contrary intention appears from the terms of exchange, such other party is liable to him or any person claiming through or under him for loss caused thereby, or at the option of the person so deprived for the return of things transferred, if still in possession of such other property, or his legal representative or a transferee from him without consideration. That means if we have mutually transferred ownership of property, okay, now my title was defective. I was not owner of the property, but still I transferred the property. Or might be there was some court case going on and the decision was against me. That means court declared that it's not my property, it's somebody else's property. Okay, so in such cases, what happens? My title was defective, but still I transferred the property to you, right? And you also believed on me and you transferred your property to me, right? So in such cases, what happens? Because I too got your property, but what about you, right? Your right would be at, like risk. So in such cases, I will be liable to pay you compensation, or I will be held liable to return your property, right? Because this other person is anyway not getting any benefit out of this exchange. So I may also be held liable, right? That is right of the other person, right? That this person can say that, okay, fine, your title was defective, so you return my property. I'm happy with my property, right? So that is a right of parties who are involved in an exchange, right? It would apply to whoever party is being deprived of the thing, right? Because my title was not proper, it was defective, you were deprived of that property. So in that case, you either ask for compensation or you either ask that you return the property. I'm happy with my property only, right? So that right thing is given under section 119, and this may apply to either party, right? Because we are exchanging. Both the parties are at same level, right? So it applies to either party, whoever is being deprived. Next is section 120, which talks about rights and liabilities of parties. Save as otherwise provided in this chapter. That means if anything is specifically mentioned in this chapter, like this one, right? Exchange of property. If anything is mentioned in this chapter with regard to rights and liabilities, that is fine. But otherwise, what happens is each party has the rights and is subject to liabilities of a seller as that which he gives, and rights and is subject to liabilities of a buyer as to what he takes. That means apart from any specific right or liability mentioned under this chapter, like given in 119, all the other rights and liabilities would be same like the rights and liabilities of buyer and seller, right? My rights with regard to the property would be just like how a buyer would have rights. My obligations with regard to the property that I'm exchanging with would be just like the seller, right? So we don't have specifically written rights and obligations. Apart from section 119, all the other rights and liabilities of buyer and seller will apply in this case as well. All right, so that is section 120, very simple provision. Last section here is section 121, exchange of money. On an exchange of money, each party thereby warrants the genuineness of the money given by him. That means when we are exchanging money, might be I have like a lot of points and you want like a currency note, right? So we may exchange the amount. When you are giving me the currency note and when I'm giving you the points, we both, what we do is we both warrant genuineness of the money. That means we ensure that, okay, fine, this money is genuine, right? We should not be giving like fake points or fake currency notes and stuff, right? So it may exchange maybe with regard to movable property, with regard to immovable property. It might be even money also, right? It may be either or both the things being money. Maybe we are exchanging property, but some amount of money is also involved. That also will be valid. Okay, so it depends on both the parties. What is the thing that they want to exchange, and accordingly it will be applicable, right? So that is all about exchange under Transfer of Property Act, wherein we have only 4 sections and given under Chapter 6 of the legislation.